Hello, everyone! Surprise, surprise! I am dropping one of my new stream series. This is the first volume, not episode, volume of Fictional Convocation. Before I bring my guest on, I would like to thank everyone who financially supports the show over on Subscribestar. These fine people support me for even $1 a month. Over on Subscribestar, you too could have your name displayed at the beginning of my streams and at the end of all my videos. And during the course of the stream, if you would like to financially support by asking me or my guests questions, sharing links with us, talking to us about the things that we're having a conversation about, I prefer chats over on Entropy to support the good folks at Entropy. You can also send in short messages on PayPal and Cash App. You can send tips on Subscribestar, Rumbles on Rumble, and Hyper Chats on Odyssey. I'd like to thank, on my last stream last night, Discordant Dragons, Mandatory Carry sent me a $5 chat that I forgot to read out because I was surprised at the very end by Deck Monkey's final chat. So thank you to Mandatory Carry for that $5 on Rumble last night. Thank you so much. So with that, with the shill out of the way, let's bring on my guest for the opening volume of the stream. Welcome, Christopher Evrard. Good to have you back, my friend.
Hello. Thank you for inviting me. So, seriously, thank you. But if I may give like a little secret of the back end of your show, one possible name of the series you're starting was like cultural and enrichment.
Yes. Yeah, Chris and I were talking about titles for this stream series, for talking about fiction and different types of artwork and dark fantasy and music, things that we both really love and are passionate about. And he said something funny to call it would be cultural enrichment. Prepare to be culturally enriched.
This is a great name, but yeah.
But as funny as that is, I decided to go with something a little more artsy and serious. So,
the meme is sad.
It is funny though. It is funny. We can playfully call this stream series cultural enrichment though. We can do that.
And for helping you a bit, I remind people that want to support you on Subscribestar that there is like a weird thing going on with Subscribestar. For example, I wanted to give like a bit of a bill to you every month, and like every time the website say, "Oh, the payment is failed," and I like re-enter my card like 5, 6, 7 times, and nope.
Well, so it says that you are a paid and active subscriber to me on Subscribestar. It says that it's taken money from you. So I don't know. It's
but I checked on my bank account, and the money wasn't sent. So there is like a bit of a iffy thing going on.
Oh, there certainly is. I have lost 5 subscribers in the last few weeks because it says that Subscribestar is having complications with their payment. And I think what it is probably because of the stupid war in Ukraine. Banks are really weird about transactions going through Russia or member states of Russia. So those of you who support me monthly, you might have to go to your bank and say, I want you to authorize this payment to Subscribestar. I know that that's very, very frustrating, but that might be what you have to do, because I've had to do that before making purchases and supporting people myself. That use Subscribestar. I've had to go to my credit union and remove the flag on Subscribestar, so my card is allowed to be billed and paid.
Yeah, but the one payment was sent to you, and I don't know why now not anymore. So I was just having like a public service announcement for the people who want to support you, that unfortunately Subscribestar is not actually entirely helping.
Yeah, that's it is what it is, and if I should probably set up a different one, but I've already been removed from Patreon. I made another Patreon, but I haven't done anything with it yet. I don't think I want to support them because they're evil. So I'll probably look into some other kind
Yes,
of monthly
specifically
support
since
service.
I'm thinking of maybe in the future opening something like that, like Patreon or Subscribestar, and I don't know where to go because I know that Patreon is deeply infected.
It is very infected, absolutely. But let's not talk about infection. Let's talk about something
Yeah.
positive. Let's talk about how, first of all, this is the flagship episode, and me and my friend Chris here, we've talked a lot about fantasy fiction and creation and being an author, being an artist, that kind of thing before. And I thought he would be a good person to have here for the first volume of this series because he actually writes and sells volumes of fiction, dark fantasy. And for those of you that remember, I did a stream with Chris months ago, just before Christmas, talking about his wonderful dark fantasy setting. He's written 4 full novels for the. It's 4, correct? 4 full
Yeah,
novels for the.
for
And you have another thing coming out that will be in English later this year that I look forward to. So
normally it's this summer, so it's pretty soon. Again, if everything goes according to plan. But yeah, it's very soon. My this short story that will be available in English is almost finished in the French correction side of thing, and
uh-huh.
then my dear friend Illuminatus, who is in the chat, will go work on the translation in Shakespeare language.
That's wonderful. Oh, in the Shakespeare language. That's beautiful. Thank you. Um, I like Illuminatus, and there's a lot of people that I know through just sort of loosely through the White Art Collective, through Dave Martell, and through just a lot of the people that I know who are into artwork and music. And I wanted to have a stream series dedicated to talking about this kind of stuff so I could get people on that I know. Like, see, we got Lomax in the chat right now. Lomax would be a good guy to have on a stream like this one day because he's into art and creation and stuff too. And so I wanted to start a stream with someone who I already had a good familiarity with, such as yourself, to try to entice people to talk about and promote small artists, creators, authors, because we need to help uplift people, just like Dave Martell does, just like Illuminatus and other people do. We need to uplift people that are small-time, non-infected creators to help get their voices, their artwork, their music out there. And I did a stream recently with Luke Mason of Imminent Rain, who has he does classic heavy metal, classic prog rock type stuff. He
Ah,
has
the
a
guy you sent
yeah,
me the yeah, okay.
yeah, he had that big Promethean album that came out, the Promethean rock album, and it's from what I've heard of it, it's awesome so far. So, but anyway, I'll have him on for an episode of this as well. So, I wanted to have Christopher on first. So, Chris, you recently went to a convention and had some success selling some products of yours, didn't you?
Yeah, it was in the very beginning of April. So I think it's 6, 7, 8, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's yeah, I think it's my best yet in terms of sales and how many uh, I'd say that visit card given
Uh-huh.
to people and stuff like that. People talking to me and say, "Oh, well, that's cool," blah blah blah. So yeah, it was very very cool. And to celebrate that, I invited my mother to a restaurant to yeah to have a
That's
nice
lovely.
moment. Thanks to the success I had to this convention.
Yeah, I have a good relationship with my mother too. And in my picnic that I had, my get together where I have people come visit and I cook for people, I had my mother come by and visit just to meet my friends and meet the people that came to my picnic event.
Mm.
So
But
she,
she helped me. Well, it's a very very long story. I won't go into that. But my mother and I had a very big and thick history. But she's the one taking the picture that you see on screen.
oh,
She
okay,
she
cool.
helped me drive and take the stuff, and if I need something, I don't actually know where to get that or something, and I give her a call and say, "Do you have like I don't know a clamp or something or a airbrush? I don't know to maybe decorate or I'll help with the decor and stuff." So yeah, she's helping me in every way possible. So I owe that to her.
I'm glad you have a good mother. Having at least one family member to help support you is a huge deal, because so many of the people I meet and talk to have had bad families or distant mothers and fathers, and having even one family member who you're close to is a great blessing. I'm glad you have one.
Well, that's the point that it was like that like 10 years ago, but yeah, things go it's turning around, so
Good.
it's
Good. I'm
nice.
glad to hear that. So let's take a look at what you've got going on here. Of course, we have the. Hold on just a second. Of course, we have the big, the flagship thing that we showed on the first stream that you did with me,
Yeah,
and this is the icon that I use for you on my thumbnails. Of course, then further down we have you got some cool
a
artwork
big
back here.
bearded guy.
The big bearded guy, yes. Your beard is even bigger than Ginger's.
I told you so. You didn't trust me about this. You're like, I don't know. I think Ginger is big one. I don't think so, lady.
You were right. You have the biggest beard. Yes, you're good. You're good in the beard department. So you
My
had
goal
some.
is to reach the ZZ top length. So
Oh, I love ZZ Top. They had a cool look, especially back in the 80s. I remember when I was a child, I thought ZZ Top was the coolest looking band on MTV. I really liked them. So here you were selling some art pieces from art for your books that you had commissioned.
yes, yes, because all of my books are illustrated. So in the background, the black and white stuff, it's all like drawings and stuff that are actually in the book. But
That's
I
cool. That's
also
cool.
sell them like in a big quality print.
That's nice. And then down here on the table, of course, you've got a cute little treasure chest. What's this for?
Oh, it's just for decor. So it's but inside usually I put like visit card and so bookmarks and stuff like that.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. And I see that you have little cards and stickers laid out here. You've
Yes.
got different copies, or you've got different novels laid out here. And you even sold out of one of your novels, didn't you?
Yeah, the first one was sold out in like midday the second day. I had no more first tome of the first volume maybe, but, it's the word in English. In
Yeah.
French we say tome one, tome two, and so volume one was sold out in the beginning in the second day.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, let's scroll back here. Go back to the normal view. So, is this the first convention that you've gone to for this kind of sales, or have you done these before?
You mean like this kind of success?
No, I just mean have you gone and tried to market your books before at things like this, or is this the
Oh
first
yeah,
time
yeah,
you
yeah,
have?
yeah. Sure,
Okay,
sure. It
I assumed you had since you have made so many books. I assumed that you'd already done
well,
these.
four is not a big number, but yeah, it's still four. It's more than one or two. But yeah, I think if let me think a second. I think because this weekend I will go to another one again in the entire weekend, so 2 days, and I
Ooh,
think it will be maybe my eighth or nine, yeah, nine one.
okay. Well, I hope
Ninth,
that you have
I don't know what to
success.
say that. Eighth and ninth. English is hard.
Yeah, English can be hard. I agree, but no, eighth and ninth. You said it correctly. You said it
Yeah.
correctly. Well, I hope that it goes well and you have more success with
Yeah, me
with
too.
it'll be great. So with with what you've been doing, selling your own products, getting your name out there. I know that you have an upcoming Kickstarter for next year, but we'll talk about that another day. When
Yeah,
it comes to what's coming out this summer, why don't you talk about the thing coming out in English for my audience and hopefully entice people to want to buy that when it comes out? Tell us what it's going to be.
well, in no small part, it's thanks to you and thanks to Illuminatus who is in the chat. And hi, mate. Thank you again for working with me and be patient with the small spin bub we had. But yeah, it's a short story that take part in it's not chronologically correct with the main book, the four main book I already wrote, because it's like a side story or something, but it's still in the universe, so it's related somehow, but it's not connected directly to the main. So it's a bit complicated, but I think you get my drift.
I do.
It's in the same universe,
Right.
and so with the same people and stuff, but we tell another more tightly focused story on another subject. And it will be translated in English thanks to Illuminatus. and it will come out thanks to the beta archive with Dave Martell, and it will be something like 85 pages, something like that. So it's not a big one. I think the correct term is a novella in English,
Yes,
and
a short
it will,
novel. Yes.
yeah, it will still be illustrated, but there will be much less drawing. I think I will have like 2 or 3 already existent black and white art,
Uh-huh.
but it will be like an entirely new one made specifically for this book, and of course the book cover, of course. Because
Excellent.
commissioning art piece like drawing, it's expensive. It's very expensive.
Yes, yes, but
So
you spend your money well because the artwork that
yeah,
actually, I'm going to go ahead and shill that stream that you and I did. Let me get the link for that.
yeah.
Um,
That was the point I was going to. It's. I hope I'm not boasting uselessly, but yeah, I hope that you agree that the quality of art and drawing is quite high. So I
yes,
think that's money well spent.
yes, I am sharing the link to the YouTube stream that we did, but you can find it on Rumble and Odyssey as well, of course. But
I'm
in
just
this
taking one
stream,
second to
oh,
say hi to Han Chan, which is she's a friend of mine. She's a French speaking girl, and I will, I think, mention her later on about the story about my recent social victory, if you get my drift. So thank you, Han Chan, for coming here.
yes, welcome. Is it Hein Chan? Han Chan?
You can say Han Chan.
Han-chan.
Yeah.
Welcome, Han-chan. Hello. The video link that I just shared, for those of you that want to see a great sampling of the beautiful artwork that he wisely puts his funding towards. He gets some of the best artists I've ever seen for dark fantasy fiction to illustrate for his covers and in his novels. And if you'd like to hear more about what his setting is, about some themes and what you can expect from his setting, I highly recommend you check out that long stream that we did with me and Ginger and him about 6 months ago. You can definitely wet your whistle, as they say here in Appalachia, on the themes and the artwork. So that's where you can learn all of that. Lomax was asking if we can get a brief overview of the world lore. So if in just a couple of paragraphs, Chris, explain to Lomax what your setting is in just a couple of paragraphs to entice him to learn more.
So, in strict terms of world building, it's a dark fantasy setting. So it's like a medieval fantasy, castle, dragon, magic stuff, and everything. But it's more gritty, more grimdark, more serious, more adult, with some undertone and some theme of philosophy and stuff like that. But it's a very grim universe with. If people die, people get love without consent, if I might say that. There is some
One of
people
the funny phrases we say in English for that is struggle snuggle.
struggles.
Struggle snuggle.
But yeah, there is some torture and stuff like that. But it's not the focus of the book, but it's the atmosphere and the ambience and yeah, it's a very dark world. It's something akin to The Witcher, Warhammer, the manga Berserk, which is a big inspiration for me,
I've
and the
seen Berserk.
very
That's one of the only animes that I've seen. It's quite
yeah,
good.
for me Berserk is the best story in fantasy setting and imaginary world ever created, in my opinion, personally.
Cool. Well, I like it, and I think it's very good. I don't
Yeah.
know if I could pick a best or a favorite or not, but that one's definitely good. I agree. So
There
Lomax,
is so
that's
much
what
to
you can
say
expect.
about.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying that there is so much to talk about Berserk, and yes, my kitty is expressing a disapproval of lack of snuggle.
Oh, hi, Kitty. So, the setting of yours, I like dark fantasy and dark fiction a lot. I've loved it since I was a kid. My father got me into heavy metal and prog rock, and he showed me things like I think it's Gwandahar, which was called Light Years in America. He showed me
Jiwa?
Wizards.
Jiwa? The band, like they're dressed in monster
No, no,
suits.
no. It's a cartoon movie.
Oh, okay,
Gwandahar. Gwandahar.
okay. Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, the very old one with the blue people.
Yes, with the blue people, and Mark
Yeah.
Hamill of Star Wars did a voice for it. It was, I believe, it was a French creation, but it got released in America, and it was called Light Years in America instead of Gwandahar. But it was very good. As a child, I watched a very bizarre French and Czech cartoon movie called Fa- La Planète Sauvage, called Fantastic Planet in America, and
Hmm.
it was quite good. So I've been interested in weird heavy metal, dark metal, science fiction, dark fantasy since I was a child, and I'm very excited to be able to read your novels once they become in English, and I can't wait to buy the short story that's coming out this summer. Do you have a link I can share for already so that will let people be able to buy that, or is the link not available yet?
Unfortunately, not in English. So the
Okay.
link I will give you. Should I send it to you if it's only in French?
I mean, we can share that today, but my audience is almost
Yeah,
entirely
yeah.
English
So
speaking, so
it's no point. But I think I may have something to give to you to share. It's like me speaking about my novels and my universe in general, and so
okay.
like it's an introduction, and I explain what's in my books and everything. Let me grab that because I did
Sure.
so many videos during my Kickstarter campaign,
Hmm.
and this is one of them.
Okay.
Yep, it's in the StreamYard chat.
Okay. All right. We'll share that today. And of
So it's
course,
in English. This one is in English. I explain my novel and the story and everything in English.
certainly. And of course, whenever your short story coming up is available, we will definitely do a stream about it to help promote because I want as many people in the Anglosphere as possible to get to read your work. Okay.
Well, thank you.
But you're welcome. You're welcome.
And yeah, again, if there is no more delay, I cross my finger and my toes and everything.
Everything
No, no,
crossed, even your beard.
normally this summer it will be all available.
Okay, sounds good.
And I can give another information is that I'm close to finishing the first draft of another new short story, and I think I will include it in the Kickstarter I will do next year. But
Okay.
nothing is set for the next Kickstarter, so don't get too jumpy or your hopes up or something. But
Okay.
yeah, I will have more stuff for the English speaking people.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Sounds great. When it comes to collectibles, like little stickers and bookmarks or artwork pieces, are those available to purchase from a website or something of yours if people just want to have collectibles and artwork? Or are those things that you only sell at conventions in person?
Unfortunately, for now, only in convention, but I also have. There is also the possibility to get them during my crowdfunding campaign when I do one.
Well,
So
that's
there will be like the stickers. There will be also like the drink coaster.
oh
I
yeah.
I tried to get some plushie done with a friend of mine who is a knitter.
Hmm.
There is a big figurine, and I will make another one. So yeah, there is if you like collecting things and physical goodies, I got you covered in so many ways.
That's good. That's good. Hopefully, we can get you bigger in the Anglosphere, and maybe one day have a website in English where people can order that kind of stuff and your books from a website that you control. That would be great.
Well, since you're speaking about that, and I don't know if it's the time to make the segue, but since I made a bit, I made the news. I think that's the saying. Recently in the Francosphere, with my cancel story,
Hmm.
there was, I think, four people or five. I don't remember the exact number, who offered me to to make a website for me for free.
Oh wow, that's good.
Yeah, so maybe I will say at one point, okay, the website is done in French and everything. Can I have a translated version for English people?
Well, speaking of that, you recently had a pretty successful boost by speaking with Psychedelic or Psychedelic, correct?
Yeah, it's the guy is from Serbia, so you the way to say it is psychedelic.
Psychedelic. Okay. Well, this is the link to that, and of course, it's in French, I believe. Correct.
Yes, but
So,
it's one of the big name in the French sphere of YouTube.
okay. And this video has almost 30,000 views already. Let's go ahead and share it on screen real quick here. Let me.
So the guy is doing something akin to Yellow Flash or something like quartering. You know, it's commentary and news.
Okay. And
So
so he had you on, uh, or not. Let's see. Let me find out here.
it was just
Yeah.
commenting and analyzing my video.
And did you come on and actually speak on this, or was he just covering your story?
No, just covering my story. But I did interview him like 2 years ago,
Oh,
and
okay. So
he's a
he,
nice guy. He's a nice guy.
yeah, he seems like a nice guy. He has a kind face. He has kind physiognomy. And I'm a big fan of physiognomy because physiognomy almost never lies.
But yeah, the guy, if you want to know, the guy is from Serbia, but he moved to France when he was a kid, and
Mhm.
he decided to stay in France.
Oh, okay, so he's a Serbian but has lived in France for a while.
Yeah, and it's funny. Also, funny story. His wife is Portuguese, so
Oh, wow, okay.
yeah. But they speak French and everything. But yeah, it's like cultural enrichment, being nice and everything. But he is very is so hated in the social media sphere because he's very anti-work, like, but not actually anti-work, but he covered so many news with stupid shit that the woke people does, that every time, and he's a Nazi, he's a blah 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 and
Oh,
everything.
yeah,
No,
that's what they call
and
everybody.
he will say, I'm just showing what people say and do. I most of the time I don't even give my opinion.
Yeah. Well, that's a good. You made a good analogy comparing him to the quartering because Jeremy of the quartering does that. He does
Yeah,
his best to just be neutral and try to just be a good person and focus on the truth. And of course, the media and all of the jackals, they call him Nazi and racist and all this other bullshit. You know how they do.
yeah.
So,
But but the guy,
uh,
yeah, is a very big guy because at least to my level and our level and in general, like, he's not PewDiePie, of course, but he's got something like more than 200K subscriber.
oh wow. So, the what has come of this? I know that it had many thousands of views already, almost 30,000 views already. Did anyone reach out to you, or did you expand your sphere of influence for selling your novels or anything from this? What has come from this recently? Anything yet?
Many things, especially since the video came out, yes, this Saturday, and I was at some friend's house this time, and I was a bit tipsy from drinking because I don't see them often, and yeah, they had a kid. I think he had 1 years old in February, so he's a baby, and you know what it is when you have a newborn. Free time is out of the window, so
Hmm.
it was an occasion for me to see them, and yeah, we talk and we drink and a good time and everything. And I wasn't like actually on point to comment and everything, so when I came back Sunday evening, I think I spent 3 or 4 hours to responding to everything and everyone and all the DM and the comment, and in his YouTube video, the video you show now, but also on my video, because he gave a link and say that if people want the entire version, but well, they have to go to my video. And so yeah, I think maybe 150 subscriber on YouTube,
Oh wow,
and
that's great.
I got like 20-30 DM, like saying yeah, I support you, keep going, it's scandalous, it's outrageous and everything, so yeah.
Yeah, it's good to get support and know that you're not alone. And I think
Yeah,
that
it feels very good,
I think
especially since
most regular people are just so sick of all of this stupid, anti-white, anti-male, just all of this denigration that comes from these, these psycho women and these evil anti-white people. And I think that most people, they just want all of that to stop so we can just talk about stuff normally again. And I
Yes,
think, and I think eventually this kind of ridiculous crap is going to go away, or at least be confined in
I
stupid
hope
corporate
so.
spheres where we can get
I
away from it.
wish. I wish that that's the thing that will happen in the future, because I'm just tired. And as I said in the original video, I just want this crazy story to stop and leave me alone and let me work on my book in peace. And I don't want any more than that.
Yeah.
And it's very heartwarming for me, because I always had like a also say that solitude was my best friend for so long. But yeah, it's heartwarming to see so many messages like, what the fuck, where are you guys coming from? It's like the Patrick in SpongeBob meme, where are you guys coming from?
Yeah.
But I try to reach out to psychedelic and say, so this is the story. If you want to cover it, feel free. And he gave me some advice, because he's a drama YouTuber, so he knows his craft and everything. And he gave
Hmm.
me one advice or two for the editing of the video, like if you do like a resume in the beginning, so people are not hooked, but it's more clear for people when they try to watch the video, because it's so chaotic. You know the story yourself a bit, so you know it's I speak the truth when I say it's chaotic, so it helps a bit for the audience to understand everything that I talk about. And yeah, he decided to cover the story, and here it is. And my goal was only to share this testimony and say to people, because I know that I'm not the only one. And if you remember, Aiden said that herself, that's not an extraordinary story. There is so
Yeah.
many people that have the same experience as I am,
Oh,
unfortunately. So
certainly. It's very
I
sad. Like
yeah, I wanted to
everyone.
spread the word about this, not getting fame and everything. I don't care. It's just there is some crazy thing, crazy injustice that's happening to some people. And yeah, break the silence, break the taboo. That was my goal with this video.
Good, good. Well, let's go ahead and close that down then. There we go. So, this stream is not specifically just to promote books or video games or music that people are selling, but it's also to celebrate those things. So, apart from your work, the things that you create and the art that you commission to have made for your products, is there any kind of artwork or music or anything that you want to talk about and celebrate or share with people today?
While Berserk is a good example, and
Okay.
also there is the music you shared of your friends about the Prometheus heavy metal stuff. And that's a thing that I'm almost 100% sure that we agree on. That is that uh, dark entertainment like gothic literature, heavy
Hmm.
metal, violent video games and stuff like that. Some entertainment that go a bit more to the dark side, they are not actually the dark side. It's more like an exorcism or something. Like
Hmm.
some people like to, when they have a problem, take refuge in some Rambo and universe like My Little Pony and everything. And some people just, I want to kill demon in Doom to relax myself, please.
Yes, yes.
And
I think that's something I love about dark fiction
yeah,
and violent fiction is, in a way, it's kind of wholesome and
yes,
real and human, because to exist as a sentient being that can think about your own weakness and death in the future is a great burden of pain and struggle. And when artwork and music and fiction that deals with heavy dark things like torture and rape and conquest and murder, it touches a very real deep part in us that happy friendly fiction doesn't really address.
yes. Because for many people today, and this is a hot take from me, many people today don't how to say that, they don't have the luxury to actually have a life or have some experience that you have in the real life, because people are isolated, so they live by proxy via some entertainment, like Berserk, like, I don't know, Alien the movie,
Or online
Halloween.
games too. A lot of people become
Yeah,
really
yeah.
really
I try
invested in
to have
online
a
games.
I try to have a very broad list of example, because there is not only metal and berserk and stuff. There is like the whole genre. There is like the thriller side of things, like the old Stephen King books.
Hmm.
There is so many things that you can have in pop culture that are a bit more in the dark side of things. But yeah, they help some people learn things and cope with some problem. There is escapism, of course, but not only that. From some people, it's like a way of learning. It's like a classroom, maybe,
Hmm.
if I may be exaggerating a bit. And for me, unfortunately, this is a way that I learn many, many, many things, or they help me understand things I lived. And so, yeah, this is my jam. And my only goal when I write books and I try to share my work is, yeah, sure, you will go in the dark world, but it's not just doom and gloom. It's there is like a diamond inside the piece of shit. Because you have to have some contrast. If everything is dark, nothing is dark. So
Well, speaking of dark, let's see. I want to pull open something here. Let me find a good image. This.
yeah, feel free to stop me because I ramble a bit.
I'm trying to find a good image that I can share of this. There it is. Okay.
And yeah, Han Chan is right. The COVID situation, maybe not created but exacerbated this sort of experience, being
Yeah.
isolated and having nothing but entertainment to pass the time and live.
This. Yes. Yes, I agree. It's. Well, I don't want to talk too much about the
Yeah, yeah,
whole
yeah.
pandemic and all of that because it's easy to get videos flagged and taken off
Oh,
this
sorry
time.
if I made a mistake.
No, no, you didn't make a mistake. You said I don't want to go into it because I'll get myself in trouble because I have a lot of nasty things to say.
Okay.
I have a lot of nasty things to say about what's been done to us and the lies we've been told, but we'll leave that aside for now. This is one of the things I wanted to bring up. This is Gwandahar, released in English as Light Years. Have you seen Gwandahar? I think you
Uh,
said you had.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know of it and I watched a bit. I didn't finish the movie, not because I didn't like it, but I think someone disturbed me and I never took the time to finish it. But yeah,
Okay,
it's a very old school science fiction.
it
And
is.
right from the start, you're like, whoa, this is pretty, but it is also very dark.
Yeah, yeah. I believe I have found the original release cover. Let's see if yes, here it is. This is how it was released en français.
Oh,
Uh,
français.
en français. Uh, Gandahar or Guandahar. I don't know how to say it exactly.
Gandhar.
I think Gandahar is how they say it in the
Yes.
movie. Um, I definitely recommend people check this out. It has themes of human existentialism, slavery, really dark as well as really heady, lofty themes and ideals. And of course, it's from the creator of Fantastic Planet, which is what we're going to talk about next.
Yeah, and
This
if
is.
I remember correctly, there is also a big emphasis on making a choice.
Mhm.
It gave me a bit of not the Matrix
It has the
movie.
Steam tag "Choices Matter."
No, but it's more like if you look at the Matrix as a big entity, like the three movies and the universe and everything. Matrix is about choice, and in Gandhar they also have to make some choice, and it's like
Mhm.
yes, but what is a choice? What choice should I make? What is the impact of the choice? Why am I almost like forced to make a choice and something like that? I remember it was like in an undertone, like. It was very subtle, but I remember that.
It's one of my favorite animated movies of all time. And I'm going to look up Fantastic Planet, and we're going to talk about that. All right. Let's see if we can find the original cover here.
And it's very old. I think it's the 70s.
Actually, I think it's older than that. I think it came out in '69 and then '73. No, it was. It's they started work on it in '69. It came out in '73. That's what it is. Okay, I found some good. I found some good things for it here. Let's see.
No, we are mistaken. It's 87.
No, it came out way before that. It definitely was out in the '70s because I know
The
this
movie,
came out.
the movie is made in 87. But you are correct. The novel, because it's a novel, 69.
Okay, I thought the movie came out in '73. Let me look this up here. It might have gotten an English release in the '80s. Let's see. Yeah, 1973. 1973.
Oh, okay. Because
And
yeah, I had the Gandhara stuff.
the reason I knew it came out in the '70s is I was a child in the early '80s, and my father told me it came out long before I was born. So
Okay.
I knew that it was at least out at some point in the '70s.
Okay, yes, sensei.
But let me find some better artwork here. The reason I wanted to talk about this one today with you is Fantastic Planet, in my opinion, is one of the most beautiful human works of art about truly dark, depressing themes of the human existence after the Industrial Revolution and in the era we live in of governments and corporations trying to control us with thoughts. This and not thoughts. And I'm not talking about thoughts on Instagram. Thoughts in the mind, ideas. Let's see. Here's I think this is
Yeah, and
here's the German cover.
you are correct. The original title is La Planète Sauvage, which translated means the savage planet.
Yeah, Savage Planet. Yeah. This is how it was released in German. This was the release that it got there. So you can see the bizarre artwork. We will be looking at the artwork of this here in just a moment, but give me just a moment. Where's another promotional thing? Yeah, here's another promotional poster from back in the '70s. I think is very interesting. You can see this bizarre, scary, giant alien reaching down into a tunnel to try to snatch and steal humans who are just trying to live underneath the rule of these crazy, huge aliens. Okay, let's see. Here is a good picture of one of the big aliens. They like to keep humans as pets, some of them, and they keep them in little boxes. They create silly little costumes for them, and they have these little collars on them that they can move them around with telekinetic unseen force to drag them around and lift them up and that kind of thing. And the movie
Again, the
itself,
lizard people again.
yeah, the lizard people. The lizard people in the movie. It's about the theme of the movie is about human beings trying to live underneath the heel of truly bigger than life, oppressive, uncaring, stupid, vapid, unknowable controllers. So you can make parallels to the ruling elite. You can make parallels to rich, powerful corporations that view us all as cattle on a farm. You could make parallels to evil, tyrannical rulers who don't know and don't care what the people want. There's plenty of good dark themes in this that you can kind of interpret in several ways. And I'm sure that the person who created this was very aware of those kind of themes and the darknesses that humanity faced. And this is an absolutely wonderful, I guess you could call it, ensemble of different dark themes. Let's see here. Let me find a good. Oh, here's a good collection art piece that shows different stills in the movie. Let's get this open here.
Well, the director of the Fantastic Planet was a very cultured man. Like he was a painter, a sculptor.
Yeah,
Man, he was
a real Renaissance man. Yes.
yeah. René Laloux is the name.
Laloux, René Laloux. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Okay. And this is one of the parts of the movie that I thought was very interesting is the big blue aliens that control everyone. it is kind of suggested visually that the big blue aliens were once humans. And a lot of science fiction that's really deep and heady will have truly alien beings that are either humans from long ago or humans from the future that have evolved into big, scary, evil, careless things that regard humans like us as nothing but a parasite or vermin to be exterminated. And in the movie here, this is spoilers. So if you don't want spoilers, go ahead and stop listening now because I'm going to tell spoilers to the movie. But the big blue aliens, the way that they have what we might call sex or procreation, mental and emotional intimacy with one another, is they meditate and their mind and soul goes away from Earth to the moon. And on the moon, here on the lower left, you see these human statues with male and female sex.
It's
Well,
very that like the painting of Dali, to be honest.
yes, like
This,
it's very
yeah,
Dolly. Yes, I
yeah.
agree. The aliens don't really have sex. They don't have gender. They don't have sex organs. They don't have
It's like
breasts.
Demolition Man with the headset.
Yes, yeah, with the headset sex. Yes, but like Demolition Man. But the way that the aliens experience rejuvenation, the way that they empower themselves, they cast their mind and soul to the moon, where they have these statues, these simulacra built of male and female human bodies, and the souls become the heads of these headless statues. And I'm sure in the book they probably have sex. I've not read the book, but in the movie they just dance together. And this is some kind of rejuvenating power that gives the aliens their ability to be immortal and gives them their godlike powers. They require this kind of spiritual mental copulation, this sex that they have. And the way that the humans triumph over the evil aliens is they find a way to unearth ancient human starships, and they fly to the moon and they destroy these statues. So
Oh,
so the evil aliens lose their minds and lose their powers. They become blind. They become mad. And human beings destroy the evil aliens by destroying the way that they use their mind powers to communicate with each other to have immortality. It's a very bizarre delivery of the artwork, but the theme is sort of like the Matrix. It's like any kind of modern fiction that talks about controlling communication and finding the magic or finding the cybernetics that give the evil overlords their power and using things to subvert that and destroy that to level the playing field so the tyrants can get their comeuppance and humans can reign again. It's very good dark human themes in very
especially
bizarre,
for this time, the
especially for this time.
yeah,
Yes, very much so. So
because in
I
the
think
70s, there wasn't much dark stuff.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of good dark metal and dark fantasy fiction with dark metal themes. Until, of course, we get many years later after this, we get heavy metal, which I thought is,
Yeah,
which I think is one of the best animated movies ever created. I think heavy
there was
metal is brilliant.
also Moorcock with the Elric books. I don't remember the exact name in English.
Let's
Cycle
see,
of Elric, something like
uh,
Elric the Melnibone.
Elric of Melnibone
Yeah,
was is it the Stormbringer? Elric, what was it? What is the name of those of that novel series? I know the characters and I know the story. I can't remember the name of the novels.
let me check on Google. Because I have the name in French, and we always
Oh,
say for
Illuminata says Eternal Champion. Is it Eternal
okay.
Champion? Is that what it is? I don't remember because I've not read the books myself. These are stories that my husband has read to me, so I don't remember the names of the books, but I remember the story. But anyway, yes, Illuminatus brings up Fire and Ice. Fire and Ice is excellent. I have Fire and Ice in my video library. I have that one. That's a good one as well. Unfortunately, Heavy Metal 2000, the reboot with Julie Strain, was pretty lame. It was nowhere near as good as the original, but I still have that in my collection as well.
Lack of boobs.
It had a lack of a lot of things. It wasn't just lack of boobs. It was lack of a lot of things.
Yeah, I'm just joking because of the South Park episode.
I wanted to share some more
But
artwork from Fantastic
sorry
Planet.
to interrupt again,
Oh,
but
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was listening to you about the Gandhar movie, and
Mhm.
have you noticed that the design of the alien is? I think it was the inspiration for the alien of the movie They Live.
Yes, yes, I did notice
And
that. Yeah.
it's funny because you started the stream with some music of John
John
Carpenter,
Carpenter, yes.
and they, to be honest, They Live is my favorite John Carpenter movie. I know many people say The Thing and some other, but
I
I
think
have a very soft spot for They Live.
I love The Thing. I love They Live. Just a second.
And
Let me look it
also
up and make sure I tell you correctly.
the storyline you spoke about with smashing the statues on the moon, it's almost the plot of They Live when they smash the TV antenna and everything.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Yes, it's the same theme, exactly the same theme. Here's the artwork I wanted to share. I love Donald Pleasance. He's one of my favorite B movie actors, and I'm glad that before he died, he got some good A list performances. My favorite Carpenter movie is this one. This is called Prince of Darkness. It is
Hmm.
about a Christian theme of the Antichrist and the end of the world, uh, but it's not what you think it is. It's not really Christian. It's something else. It's more like something that that H.P. Lovecraft would write about. It's a very dark, it's a very dark,
But you
hopeless
say
movie. It's very good.
you say that it's a Christian team because there is actually a Christian team like the Bible or something,
Yes,
or
it
is it just because the character is a priest?
no, it's actually a Christian theme about the Antichrist and the ending of the world with biblical revelation. But they find out that that's not really what is going on at all. It's something
Okay.
else, something like from Call of Cthulhu, something like H.P. Lovecraft would write.
I think I will watch it because I don't know this one, and I think I recognize the character in the bottom left, the
Oh
face.
yes, oh yes, that is Alice Cooper.
Oh, I knew it. I
Yes,
wasn't sure, but I know this face. I know
yes.
this face.
Alice Cooper plays a cultist weirdo that is possessed or something, and uh, one of the gimmicks in the movie is there's an old broken down bicycle, and you know where the seat goes on a bicycle. There's a pole.
Yeah.
Well, one of the props that Alice Cooper used in his stage show was a broken down bicycle with a gimmick pole on it, so he could stab it. So he could stab it through people, and it would spray blood everywhere. And they use
Uh,
that in the movie, and Alice Cooper gets to stab someone and murder them with a prop that he uses for his stage show.
yeah,
It's
Alice Cooper seems also a pretty bass guy.
yeah, he's probably pretty based if I had to guess. He's about as based as you could get for a music performer, probably.
Yeah.
Let me get the Prince of Darkness
But
IMDb page, and
I
I'll
hope
share it
he
for
is
people in
because
the
he
chat.
got so many shit in back in the days, like oh, you are manipulating the youth and blah blah blah, heavy metal, rock and roll, bad bad bad. He was I think at one point he was banned from having shows in some country.
Oh, probably. Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
and
But
he kept saying something like, you guys promote Macbeth in school, and there is nothing more like bloody and dark and everything in my shows. My music is less gore than Macbeth. This was his point when he spoke about it.
So I shared the IMDb link for Prince of Darkness. It is from
Yeah,
1987. It is one of the lesser known Carpenter movies, but in my opinion, it's one of the best ones. It
yeah.
has wonderful themes. The acting is incredible. There are many actors that aren't very high profile actors, but they give incredible, serious performances. And
I will watch it.
the acting really carries this movie because it's not a very high budget movie. But John Carpenter spent the money he had in good ways. The props are really good, the special effects are really good. But since they didn't have a lot of money, there's not a lot of special effects, but the ones they have are really good for the time and presented really well. It's a very creepy, dark, weird, hopeless movie. And it's very good. It's a very
Well,
good,
I
dark
think
movie.
it's one of the main talent of John Carpenter. Not many of his movies was high budget.
Yeah, true. Yeah, the even The Thing, one of his best movies
Yeah.
or most well-known movies, it didn't have a very high budget either.
No, no. Well, I think it's one of the highest budget he got for a movie. But outside than that, yeah. For example, They Live, there is not much. Not. I think maybe it was, as Romy said in the comment, only Roddy Piper maybe ask a big check. But outside than that,
Yeah. Yeah, the Thing might have been one of his highest budget movies, but the point is it wasn't that high budget, so they had to
yeah,
spend
yeah,
their
yeah, yeah.
money wisely, yeah.
It's
Um,
different than today. That if you don't have at least 50 million, your movie will never be known. Because
yeah.
this is a thing I very like about you, and one of the best topic I like to talk about, as
Mhm.
you said yourself previously, is there is no point to talk about current pop culture anymore. Everything is shit. We know
Everything is
it.
shit. Yep.
Move along. Nothing to see. Sometimes a nice thing pop up, but it's very rare. For example, the last Mario movie is quite fun if you like Mario. Very good, to
Yeah.
be honest. And I'm glad that they screw Disney so much that they are replacing Disney with this movie, and I'm
Oh, I
so
hope so, I hope so.
yeah, yeah.
I like Nintendo giving the big finger to
Well,
Disney.
if you are just a sideway about Mario, just 5 seconds. If you didn't know, the Mario movie broke every record ever in the animation movie.
Yeah,
Like
I
he
heard
has
that.
the
Didn't it
record
gross over,
of
like, 300,000,000 opening weekend or
yeah,
something?
it's the highest grossing movie in the opening week ever.
Wow, that's incredible, that's awesome.
Yeah, they like outclass Disney, which is no easy feat, no easy feat. And so yeah, today entertainment is shit. We need new actor, and we need new movie, new writer, new artist, new everything. And it's very sad because this is a thing I want to talk in a future video in my YouTube channel. Is like, oh, it was better back in the days. Is it true or is it just nostalgia? And I think, to be honest, it's not just nostalgia. We
Yeah,
lost some stuff in along the way. We
I
definitely
agree.
lost some stuff.
I agree because I think that men like John Carpenter and other people that
Yeah,
have made truly great dark horror things, people you can also look into science fiction like Isaac Asimov, Olaf Stapleton, people that wrote truly remarkable, deep, serious fiction that talked about real human struggles and the darkness of existence and what the future could hold and man's cruelty to man.
yeah,
It, that spirit, that depth of reality is lost in modern fiction. It's just all fake corporate garbage or shallow, soulless crap.
yeah. And it's as you say, because you talk a lot about the topic of the movie, like the 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 apocalypse and everything, and Alice Cooper with some gimmick with the bicycle and
Uh-huh.
everything. It's fun, and today we don't have that anymore. We just have Marvel movie with the stupid joke that we heard like 20 times, and you laugh
Yeah,
one in 100 instance, and it's just pretty picture, pretty shiny thing on the screen. There is no
yeah.
theme, no story, no quality acting, no deep dialogue, no nothing. If you want, I know it's just
And also even worse than that, nothing original.
yeah. If you want my opinion, I know it's just me. I'm sorry, I'm rambling a bit. Feel free to stop me if you want. Uh, I just wanted to spend a bit of time tonight while watching a dumb movie. And speaking about dumb movie, I
Uh-huh.
watched a Clash of Titan in 2010, something like
Oh,
that.
okay.
It's a dumb movie. It's not great. It's not bad. But I was watching it and I saw in the theater back in the day because it was very one of the movie that tried to promote 3D back in the day, and
Okay.
you can definitely see that there is some scene that are just awesome in 3D. But anyway, and it's a dumb movie, not great, not bad either, and it's enjoyable. No politics, no nothing.
Mhm.
Ancient Greeks, God, Kraken. That's it.
Sounds good.
It's
I saw
better
the
than what
old
we have today.
yeah. I saw a lot of old movies with, stop motion skeletons and monsters like Clash
Yeah,
of the Titans, Jason and the Argonauts. I like old movies like that by
yeah.
theme, even though the visuals aren't good by modern standards. At least the storytelling is good, and at least the themes are good.
Yeah, yeah. There is no. It's like you can feel what when you are a bit on the artistic side of thing. When you have the string of artistic sensitivity, you can feel that avoid so many things. Like, oh, there is this maybe, but no, we will not cover that. We will not speak about that. We will not go any deeper in this particular theme or subject or something. And it's just like on the surface. Everything is like toned down, dialed down, diluted in so many. Just look at the pretty picture. Look at the funny jokes. No, nothing to see there outside than that. It's very sad. It's very sad to see the death for inspiration, originality, craftsmanship. It's it's sad, and yeah, I it's sad to say that I prefer to go back in the 80s and see the movie you speak about, Prince of Darkness, which looked so much more fun than what we have today.
Oh, absolutely. I think that you will enjoy it. I've watched every John Carpenter movie at least once, and I think Prince of Darkness is at least in the top three, maybe his best one. It's very, very good. But that could just be my opinion. But you should definitely watch it and see what you think.
Yeah, but even if it's your opinion, there is so many people that have a similar opinion that we have to together. So maybe we are like in another planet. I don't know, but well, there is many people in this said planet.
Yeah. Well, we've come to the end of the first volume of Fictional Convocation. So far, we haven't had any community engagement, which is a little sad, but that's fine. Here at the very end, if you guys would like to share your appreciation with just a few dollars, you can do so on Cash App, PayPal, Entropy. You can find Entropy in the pinned comment on YouTube. You can send hyper chats on Odyssey, Rumbles on Rumble. And if you would like to show your appreciation monthly, you can do so by supporting me on Subscribestar. For even just $1 a month, you can support me monthly. And this year, I hope to do even more streams than I have been doing. And I hope to eventually have multiple streams that I do each week. But it's difficult finding people who I can't pay that will be here every week to do streams with me on a schedule that will work for all of us. But I am desperately trying to do that. I like being an entertainer. I like promoting positive, healthy ideals, not just about race, but about culture and artwork. I love humanity and I love Western people. And I think that the more of us who come together and celebrate artists and writers and thinkers and speakers who care about the truth and care about the wonderful things that we have, not just now, but that have come before us too. I think that that is the most important thing that we can do is to not lose heart and to not lose the fire within us, because all the corporate garbage, all the anti-white overlords, all the evil things in the world that are trying to keep us down, they want that flame to go out. They want us to give up. So talking and being inspired by great fiction and great music, that is how we can fight back, is to spread positivity and keep that fire lit. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to have streams about fun, positive things like fiction and music. So that's what this stream series is going to
Yeah,
be about.
and if I may add, it's definitely apropos, like we talked about earlier, because culture is definitely the battlefield today, in my humble opinion. And
Yes,
you know
yes.
me, and some people know me in the chat. I'm not a political person. I try not to be involved, not because I'm not interested, but because I prefer to allocate my time more into the culture side of things, and I'm not educated enough to speak plainly and publicly about that. But culture is definitely dying, and I definitely think personally, and I'm not saying that because I'm an artist and writer, but people are influenced by culture. Like recently, I'm listening. I decided to listen to an audiobook of Jules Verne, which is "Travel to the Center of the Earth" or something like that. I don't remember
Mhm.
the exact name in
Journey to the
English.
Center of the Earth. Yes.
Thank you.
Mhm.
It's marvelous.
Oh,
It's
it's very
marvelous.
good. Yes. Journey to the Center of the Earth was one of the books that my mother and father read to me when I was young. It's a very good
Yeah,
story. I
yeah,
also
and
like 10,000 Leagues Under the Sea about Captain
yeah,
Nemo. It's a good one too. It's a
yeah.
good classic story.
So yeah, definitely, if you want to better humanity, as you are putting in, yes, culture is definitely something that you can actually have an influence by
Indeed.
just creating or being interested.
Well, since I'm not a creator of artwork myself, so to speak, I am good at socializing. I'm good at talking. I'm good at inspiring others. So that's what led me to entertainment and networking is I want to bring people like yourself, Dave Martell, Illuminatus, all of the thousands of beautiful, wonderful creators and artists and musicians. I want to work with the White Art Collective. I want to work with Illuminatus and his people, Dave Martell, music people like Fornull that we know, Luke Mason. There are so many people that I would like to just talk to and help promote to get their ideas out there. And I think that this is one way that I can definitely contribute to making the future for us better is in uplifting people that make good art and getting their art to other people.
To finish up with a nice joke and some positivity, as you say, Arden saying that you are an artist, apparently.
Yeah, my pork chops. I am a wonderful cook. Thank you very much. But Chris, thank you for being here today, and thank you guys
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, you're welcome. We'll definitely do this again. I don't know if I'll have enough guests to do this stream every week, but I will definitely do at least one, hopefully 2 of these a month. I would like to have on people. I know people from the Cabal that are artists and create stuff. I know other people who are writers, painters, people who create 3D works, and I would like to start getting people in the White Art Collective more engaged with me, like Hyriath, and my previous co-host Olivia Key. I would like to have her on here to talk about music. There are lots of people that I would love to stream with, and now that I have a stream series specifically for that, hopefully I'll be able to entice more of them to come do a stream with me and help network with other creators. So you can expect more of that
today. Today it was supposed to be also with Ginger, and by the way, to again speak about you and your influence in art, even if you are not like a writer or something, you help people connect, because I failed to mention that, but I it's almost 100% sure, like 99%, that a different Ginger will do an audiobook of the short story that will come up this summer. So in a way, even if you don't create yourself, you definitely are an active person in the art sphere, because you help people connect in the sphere of artistic activity.
Yes, and a big way that everyone listening can help make the future better is cancel your Netflix subscription. Stop paying for cable television. Don't give money to buy music and DVDs of garbage that's being made today. Save those dollars and give them to people like Chris. Give them to people like Luke Mason. Give them to people like Olivia Key. Find creators that are making truly original, beautiful, good works of art and music or movies, and support those people with your dollars, because the big corporations and the big music labels, they don't need dollars. But people that love you and support you and create art for the good, hardworking white people of the West, they need your money more than the corporations and the media and the cable companies. So spend your dollars wisely, because you can vote with your wallet in ways that matter. And helping people that create genuinely uplifting, meaningful artwork for our people, wherever that is. Maybe you live in Germany. Maybe you live in Belgium like Chris here. Maybe you live in Canada. Invest in the people that are creating artwork for the folks where you live and for the culture that you live in. And that is an important message about how to use your dollars to make a difference for the future. So we'll go ahead and leave it there. This was a good first volume of this stream series, and you can expect more of Chris. You can expect my friend Ginger. You can expect other people that I've mentioned. And hopefully this year we'll have many good volumes of this stream series and celebrate not just wonderful artwork of the past, but artwork that's currently being created now by people that I bring on the show. So with that being said, I don't know when the next stream series of this, when the next volume of this stream series will be, but it won't be longer than a couple of weeks, and we'll have some more for you. And remember, love yourself, love your people, be kind, be Promethean, be the wise, noble person that others want to emulate. And when you are a moral, wise champion, you will make life around you better. Chris, any parting words or anything you'd like to say on the way out?
Oh no, I already spoke plenty. I'm like, maybe I talk too much.
No.
But yeah, just thank you for having me. Yes, thank you for being a very kind and nice person.
Oh,
And
well,
thank
thank
you
you. That's
for
very
what you
sweet.
do. And yeah, if you expect some stuff from me during this summer, in English this time, I promise. But yeah, thank you, yes, for what you do and having me once again, because it's always a nice time spending some time with you.
Well, likewise, friend. I always have fun talking to you as well, and you'll definitely be back on the show in the future. And everyone, remember, Discordant Dragons on Monday nights, and I'll do my best to get some kind of video out the door this week for my channel. And you can expect more of that maybe tomorrow or Thursday. So I love you guys. Love yourself. Love your people. Love your community. And do what you can to make a difference. And with that being said, have a blessed week, everyone. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.